All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads, and we're going to be going over expireds. So I just put a link to, I got a couple of great client videos in the last few days. This guy, John here, one of our clients, $2.2 million of new listings in January. It's a combination of both expireds and then using our tools to convert seller leads. We're going to be walking through that today. He's also doing open houses, which I highly recommend with our platform. We got an amazing open house platform, both in how do you market the open house, yours or borrowed, to generate buyer and seller leads, and then actually how to conduct the open house. So we just did that webinar yesterday. If you haven't seen it, I'll point it out a little bit later in this call. So welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. And let me close. Looks like I got some. Am I live? Let me know if I'm live. I got a message here. Wait, go live. Let me try this. 1 second. Remove. I guess I'll just remove listings to leads. Give me a second. I don't know. All right. Are we good? I got some weird message there in the video program talking about Facebook. Maybe it's not live or something, but regardless, you can see my screen. You can hear me talking. This is what we're looking for. So with that, let me go ahead and just see if I can pause this video. And John's been with us for a little while, been in the business for 2 years. He got involved with our expired marketing from the get-go, I think back in October when we first started our new training with it. And pretty quickly, he got like a $900,000 plus listing. And he's been doing a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about today, and is absolutely crushing it. Leo, good to see you, buddy. Good to see Leo there. And Robert and Jim and everybody, Vanessa, awesome, and Austin and everybody. Perfect. Good. Now, when you go to our homepage, and I'm going to put this link into the chat. If you're not a client, get involved. If you are a client, maybe log in. If you got 2 screens, it'd be awesome. If you're watching this on a recording, definitely try to get on 2 different screens and do this with me. Make sure, Stephen, hello. Make sure you watch these 3 videos on the homepage. In fact, there's John again down there. All right. Stop ignoring expireds. All right. So that's the guy that we just talked to. We're looking at. He's got 2.2 million in new listings this month alone. All right. And he's looking to absolutely crush it. When you first log into your account, you're going to see this pop up. And there's a few things here I want to call your attention to. 1, join our live Zoom calls every Monday and Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. So there's 4 calls in a week. All right. So 7 a.m. Pacific is 10 a.m. East Coast. 4 p.m. Pacific is 7 p.m. East Coast. You can click here to register, and you'll see the links down here to register. Log into Listings to Leads here. If you have not yet ordered these presentation booklets for expireds, get at it. I'm just telling you right now, get at it. All right. Get it done. Order. These are absolutely amazing. You can mail them. You can people door knock with them. People have literally door knocked and got a listing agreement signed at the first meeting. Gwen, and you're going to see her right here. If you click this, she's gotten 3 listings and 2 buyers just in the last few months with our expired training. And she's also doing open houses, just like John. It's a combination of expireds and open houses, and then using our tools to stay in front of seller leads. You're going to see right here also, we had the mortgage rates hit 5.98% last week, and we dropped 2 text messages, 1 for seller leads, 1 for buyer leads, 2 emails, 1 for seller leads, 1 for buyer leads, and a social media post for you to engage your seller leads with, your buyer leads. If you've not sent this out, you're going to want to get at it. You can click here for the 2 text messages. Now, interest rates have changed. I don't think they're 5.98% anymore, But so if you're going to send this out today or whatever, or whenever you get to this, just edit this part right here a little bit. And you might say, for example, mortgage rates hit 5.98% last week. And then the rest of it should be pretty straightforward. Let's see what Deb had to say. She's following. Yeah. In fact, this is another really cool thing. Check this out. John, let's see what John did. John, you on this call? So this is something, in fact, I believe the post above, this video is from Listings to Leads. I always tell people, put this on your website. All right. The 100 plus point marketing plan to sell your home. Our 100. So this is all language I've given to people. And this video is from Listings to Leads. And you can actually put it on your own YouTube channel like John did, right? Also, look at living in Southwest Florida. So this video is from Listings to Leads. And so that's his agent website, right? That's Southwest, looks like southwestfldreamhomes.com. And so he created a custom page. And there's a couple of other quick examples. Let's take a quick look at this before we get into the expireds, because to me, all of this works together. All right. So expireds are just a subset of seller leads. And yeah, check this out, man. This is awesome. All right. So again, before you hire, so this is all language from Listings to Leads. And let's look at Chrissy here real quick and see what she did with it. And again, Regal Touch Realty, that's her broker website, right? Our 100 point home marketing plan. Click here to see a sample. And so this is her flip book. We're going to be walking through how to create this today for expired listings in your area. And you can request. And so that's the landing page from Listings to Leads. Yep. So this is the Listings to Leads landing page. View our marketing plan. Yeah, that's awesome stuff right there. So that's all in the mastermind group. Make sure you get in there and check that out. All right. So let's go ahead and close this. What was the first guy's name? We work for the same company. Oh, I don't remember. Sorry. It was in the mastermind group. So get yourself, here we go. Oh, I don't want to open link in new tab. Let's see here. John Blaze. So go check him out. All right. So you're logged into Listings to Leads. Now we have got landing pages for expireds. We've got the PDF guide for expireds. But what I'm going to walk you through today is how to create these flip books and how to use them. All right. Has anyone used it? The neighborhood letters are awesome. You sent out 200. Nice job. Jennifer, what was the status of the listing that you sent out the 200 for? It's best when you do a couple of things. One, on the letters, use them twice for a listing. So maybe open house, just sold, pending, just sold, just listed, just sold, something like that to the same homes. And then circle prospect, right? Call as well. So send the letter and then call, all right, with almost like a did you get phone call. So that works really well. Yeah. And don't edit the letters that much, right? The least amount of editing is the best. Yeah, I sent them out. Yeah. So next time, try to do it again. What I would do pending and then sold, because that's when you're going to get the most attention and the most curiosity from people, especially on the pending, and then obviously just sold, because that is success. That's what people want to hear about. Open houses are great as well, because then the nearby homeowner letter really does double duty. All right. The nearby homeowner letter for an open house, becomes an invitation to the open house to get more homeowners there. And then B, it talks about the fact, just like at any other status, that when this home is sold, it will affect everybody's home value, and it invites them to get a home value estimate and so on and so forth. So Robert said, I did door-to-door open only, handed out 10 and got 2 potential listings. Dude, get that in the mastermind group, dude. That is amazing. That's amazing, man. Oh, I don't know why you only did 10, but to get 2 potential listings, damn, that's awesome. Congratulations on that one. All right, so here we go. I'm also got one more thing for everybody here. I am going to invite you to our school, and because you're going to want to get in here. And oh, I got a lot of people. All right, give me a second here. I'm going to approve a few people that just requested access. Cool. Okay, awesome. So give me a second. Here we go. Invite, copy, boom. Here's the link. So go ahead and click that link right now, open it up, request access, get right back where we're at right now. And when you get in here, this we go through this on those live Zoom calls. So again, every Monday, every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Pacific. All right. Monday, Wednesdays, every day. We go through this. This is very easy, very straightforward. The only thing I'm going to mention for now, because it's going to be relevant, is when you think about expireds, all right, I'm going to walk you through how to create these for both A leads and B leads. All right. So this is one for a B lead. All right. This one here is for an A lead. The difference is the A leads. Now, these are like luxury, the top 10%. It's got, and it might be hard to read. It's got the name and address, and that is his home. That's his specific home on this expired marketing plan. All right. It says that the complete marketing plan to get your home sold. And actually, it should say, yeah, to get your let me show you this one. It should say get your expired home sold. That's what we're going to do. But so for all the A leads, we're going to create these presentations, and we got the flip books. We can print them at home. And then for the B leads, so these would be expired listings that are just a little bit below the luxury, the high end. These are the ones you can order from us. And so it'll have a composite home. And I'm going to walk you through how to do it yourself right now. And notice there, it does not have the name, the homeowner's name or address. It just says on here, prepared for Placer County homeowners. All right. And so we're going to walk through today. Can I print out, Robert? You're going to want to do what I'm going to do right now. So I would, if I was you, I would log into listings to leads and I would try to do what I'm doing right now. If you don't have two screens, then just take a couple of notes, watch the recording a little bit later, and then you can do this. Because I'm telling you, I went over this yesterday for the open house webinar. You want, I don't care which version, you want one of these at your open house, because when people come through the open house, you introduce yourself. Please go ahead and sign in per the seller request for security reasons. Thank you so much for that. Here's a flyer for the property, the information, and so on. And oh, by the way, so listen to this. All right. Oh, by the way, my 100 plus point home marketing plan is for getting homes sold in the area is on the table over there. If you'd like to check it out and take a look at it, feel free. You see what I'm saying? And so you want to make sure if you're doing an open house, that's why we do the nearby homeowner letter. That's why we do all the marketing, because the more people we get, in fact, John Summers in that video that he just sent me this morning, he said he had 12 groups or 15 groups coming through. Use listing leads to market that open house with all of our different tools. And I don't know if he had one of these at the open house. If he didn't, I will kick him in the rear for forgetting to do that or not taking advantage of that. But yes, you want what we're going to walk through today, you're going to want to do and have it at the open house. So let's get at it. We're going to click on listings, and I'm going to show you. We'll walk through all four of these. I got listing presentation, and notice it says beautiful home, Placer and El Dorado Counties, California. Second one, listing presentation, 8567 Gold Lane. So that's a specific property. And when I click on that, on any of these that we're going to walk through, I'll be showing you expired next. All right, we'll come back to that in a second. Sometimes if I change something, it'll want to regenerate. So we got two expireds. Again, a beautiful home, Placer County. All right, that's from my B leads. All right, that's not my A luxury. But this one here, 834 Mazarean Lane in Loomis, California, again, status expired. And this is for my A leads. So they're top high-end leads. And that's his home. It says the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. It's got the homeowner's name on the cover. It's got the address on the cover. When I go through this, every image in here is of his home. All right. So when the homeowners get this, either the flip book like we're looking at right now, which we walk through in the school community, I walk you through the phone call to make, the text messages to send, where the text message includes the link to the flip book, an email includes a link to the flip book. And then if you don't get a hold of them via phone, text, or email, how to do a mailing and or door knocking. All right. I recommend door knocking because the quicker these people get to see you, the quicker you're going to get the listings. All right. One of our clients, Scott Murray, put $2.7 million into contract or into his pipeline in 3 days, door knocking. He door knocked about 12 homes total. So Robert, he actually got you beat, buddy. All right. 12 homes. You did 10 homes, 2 possible listings. He did 12 homes. He got two people that he connected with that are gonna he said we're gonna list in January, one in January, like one in February, March, and then he got 2 buyers from it as well. All right. Watch the video with Scott Murray. I'll show you where it is. Look at that domain, 834 Mazarean, worldsbestlisting.com. Sellers absolutely love it. Right, that with their address and then worldsbestlisting.com. It's just amazing. All right. Way better than just doing 834 mazareanlane.com. All right. Using the street address as a domain is cool. But when you got a domain that says their street address dot world's best listing or America's best listing or the best listing, like what you get with listings to leads, this right there is like a killer. And then when you have them, when they scan the QR code, or if you have them scan the QR code and they bring up the property website, oh my God, you could pull out that listing agreement right then and they would probably sign it right now. So let's go ahead and do this together. I always love scanning these QR codes. Even after all these years, I still love it. Oh yeah, look at that. So that is hot. When they see that on their phone and they see it on the paper, on the flip book or on the printed, it's amazing. The look on people's faces when they do that, when you're in a listing presentation, it's just absolutely like amazing. So now, again, that was for the A lead expired, right? A expired, A for the seller leads, right? In your database, you could use the one for listing presentation. And then for the B leads, right? We use the one where it says a beautiful home, because I'm going to use this one for a lot of different people. If you think about all the expireds in my area, there's probably only, it should never be more than 10% would be your A leads. 5 to 10% are going to be A leads. Everybody else, right, between the A lead and whatever my cutoff is, will be a B lead, right? We have A's, B's, and C's. All of the B leads are going to get the same. Does that make sense? So A leads, every A lead gets a unique presentation featuring their home, their name and address on the cover. Their home is throughout the presentation. That's my A leads, right? So each one of them will get their own. All right. Now my B leads are going to all get the same one. This one that we're looking at right here. Do you pull the pictures from the MLS? I don't. What I recommend is Google Street View. I know some people do pull it from the MLS or from Zillow or whatever. The only thing I'll say to that is you're not going to use those photos in your marketing. And I've never heard anyone say they've gotten into trouble from it, but I'll show you how to use ChatGPT or Gemini and convert a Google Street View photo that's really nasty, ugly, and fuzzy to a beautiful market. In fact, I'll cut to the chase a little bit right here, right here. So I'll show this a little bit later, but that's Google Street View. So I maps.google.com, I go to Street View, and that's what ChatGPT gave me. So I copied that into ChatGPT. Boom. That's what it gave me. And that's the image I used when I created their flip book. And you can see that right there is the prompt. Prompt. Can you make this look sharp without cars so I can use it in my marketing in a landscape format? Had there been trash bins and whatever out or cloudy gray sky, I would have referenced fixing those issues as well. But it was just the two cars in the driveway I didn't want in there, obviously. And look what it gave me. Just absolutely gorgeous. Jim? So yeah, that's the answer to that. All right. So are we all clear on A leads and B leads with expireds? All right. And again, click the link to join our school. I put the link above. There, I walk you through contacting 5 to 10 expireds a day. All right. How to work backwards. So I want you to be starting at 60 days expired. So you should be looking at all the expires, for example, starting in November. So I would work November 1st through the 30th of 2025. Those expireds are now being ignored. They may have a couple of agents mailing them, what have you, but what they are not doing is anything like this, A or B. All right. So in the school community, I give you the phone call script, a voicemail script, which is different from the phone call. I give you a text sequence for both A's and B's, and I give you a letter so you can mail because you're not going to get a hold of everybody. And then I give you a mailer for your A leads, and also a mailer and door knocking for A's and B's. So in the school, you got all of that. And that's the kind of stuff that we walk through every day on those live Zooms, Mondays and Wednesdays. Gwen got 3 listings from it in the last few months. John's got, and he's already had other closings, but he's got 2.2 million this month already. It's not even the 15th. All right, that bro, and I know he said he wants to get like he wants to get up to 10 listings this quarter is his goal. I mean, he's never gotten anywhere close to that. All right. And I think he's completely on track for that. All right. And where can we get Robert? That's what we're doing right now, dude. That is literally what we're going to be doing right now. All right. So are we ready? We're going to do the 100. We're going to do this right now for an A expired. So I want all of you to right now to be thinking in your mind, there's an expired listing. And I'm going to give you, if you do 5 of these, pick your top 5 expireds. All right. Top 5. And I want you to do this right here. I bet you will get 1 listing out of those 5 in the next 30 days. Now, obviously, everyone's going to be different. Every market's different. I'm not promising anything, but I'm giving you the numbers of how this works. This is amazing. All right. So we're going to go add listing. All right. So pay attention. Add listing is super easy. It'll take literally 2 minutes. Add listing manual. Now, status. All right. I have all these statuses, don't I? I have listing presentation. That's when you got a listing presentation coming up. Or if you want to create one of these for a seller lead in your database, which I'll get to in a little bit, I want to go to expired. So towards the bottom, it's expired. All right. Now, how do I get their information? Some people do it in the MLS. We have got in our school, we have got a affiliate link with My Plus Leads. You could use RedX. You could use Vulcan 7, right? Whatever. I don't really care. We do have an affiliate link. What the affiliate link will give you is the ability when you sign up with it, if you don't have a data source for expires already, is after you sign up with our affiliate link, let them know, let their support team know that you are with Listings to Leads, and to ask them to give you 6 months worth of back data. Normally on a free trial, you only get 30 days of data. We want to be able to go back 6 months. And then you're going to start working November 1st through the 30th. And you're going to look at the new ones too, but we want to focus on the ones that people are ignoring. So we want to do November, then we're going to move to October, then we're going to move to September. And by the time the free trial is done, we'll have gone through the 6 months worth of data, hopefully. And then after the free trial, it'll unlock all of their data. And you'll be able to go back like 3, 4, 5 years, right? Whatever. It goes back forever. So let me drop that into the chat. Michelle, this will be available on our YouTube channel after we are done. So regardless, so yes, I'm going to get the name, email, phone number. I'm going to get all that from my data provider. And so the person's name is Michelle Strong. Her email is strong@gmail.com. Her phone number is 415-555-1212. Headline, don't worry about it. Street. That's all you got to do. Street. I got to get a little bit more inventive on my street addresses. Whitney Oaks Circle, City, Folsom, State. 95630. All right. So street address. I don't need Whitney Oaks. Just Whitney Circle will be fine. All right. Folsom, California, 95630. I don't need to worry about all of this stuff. If you want to put TBD, you could, whatever. Save and add photo. My plus leads are, yes, you'll get expireds and FSBOs. And people do this for FSBOs too. What I'm showing you right now, you can do for expireds, FSBO, canceled, and listing presentations. The exact same thing for all of them. All right. So right here, photos. This is where I'm going to go to Google Street View, go to my MLS, whatever. I got people that go take the photo. So they will go grab a photo. Where I live, probably about 20% of the homes are not even available on Google Street View because it's a little bit of a rural area. And so some of these homes, they're down a driveway that's like a quarter of a mile long, and there's no Google Street View. In fact, it'd be hard to even get a photo in general. You just got to do the best you can. All right. You're going to do the best you can. So I'm going to go upload images. And I'm going to upload the image of the person's home. And I will use this one. That's not the best one, but regardless, it doesn't really matter. It does matter. That's not what I meant, but anyways, this is actually another photo from Google Street View. So this home right here, this image that we're going to see was also from Google Street View, where I took a screenshot of the home on Google. I ran it through ChatGPT and got a nice, beautiful image. All right. So we deleted the dummy photo that was there, and by default, we deleted it. So we're going to add the photo of their home, delete the other one, save and add seller's info, her name and everything's already there. Save and start marketing. We're really not going to market. It's a bit of a misnomer. This is going to take about 2 minutes, and the flipbook and the PDF both will be available. The only other thing you want to check right now is under domains. So remember that domain that we looked at a little bit earlier? And it says 5789 Whitney C, worldsbestlisting.com. I'm just going to click on the edit. I'm just going to get rid of the C. So it says 5789 Whitney. I'll do CR for circle. All right. It gets, for a lot of times, depending on the length of the street name, it'll get it perfectly. But sometimes if it's too long, then it'll cut it off. But you can always go in there and click on edit, and then you can make it correct. And we're going to just wait for a little bit. So we'll come back to 5789 Whitney Circle in a few minutes. Now let's do this for our B lead. All right. Robert, I believe. I think it was Robert talking about you got the open house this weekend. This is what I would do, but I would do it for status listing presentation, not expired. So watch what I do. I'm going to go add listing. manual. Now, again, we're doing this for the B leads. So this is going to be a presentation, both flipbook and a printable PDF. Right now, this is the version you can order from us. The one you order from us is gorgeous. It sits, it's beautiful. It looks like a magazine. The ones you're going to print are great. They're just a little bit more done at home, right? So I got a thermal binder, right? Looks good. I got a spiral binder, looks good. But regardless, status. So Robert, you're going to go listing presentation, but for this webinar, I'm doing expired. I'm not going to add a name, email, or phone number. And for the headline, now, Robert, you're going to do everything I'm doing, and I'll show you. For the headline, I'm going to put the 100 plus point home marketing plan to get homes sold. All right. Now, this was just a listing presentation. I would, in fact, for a listing presentation, I might not even add the headline, but for expired, I am sold that other agent couldn't. All right. I put that for the headline. Now, do you have to do that? You don't have to, but I do. The ones you order from us, like it should be like 7 to 10 days initially. And then thereafter, you can reorder and it takes 3 or 4 days. Listing address. Now, again, pay attention here. Street, a beautiful home. All right. And then city, Placer and El Dorado County. And so if it's listing so do the same for a listing presentation, because remember, these are for the B leads. These are not for specific properties. They're not the A leads. We're not adding the homeowner's name. We're not adding a picture of their home. This is something that we want to use for people in the area. Make sense? So that's why for street address, I'm not putting a specific address. I want just a general kind of a thing. And so if you do this, a beautiful home, that's it, a beautiful home for street. And then whatever I could have put California, Sacramento area, whatever, right? I just did Placer and El Dorado County. I guess counties would make more sense. It's plural. Again, I'm going to leave everything else blank. And, oh, yeah, I can't do the ampersand. I got to fix that. And, all right. So a beautiful home for street. And then for city, just put your area name. All right. Everybody following me so far? Are we good? So again, we got the dummy photo that we're going to get rid of in a little bit. Now for images, in fact, let me bring up ChatGPT. Give me a second here. I'm going to show you what I do for this, because I don't want to use, now, if you got a sold listing that you think would be appropriate anytime in the last 5 years, whatever, you could use like a sold image from a sold listing of yours. What I do, give me a second here. I'm going to bring it over. Expired image request. Let's see what I got. Yeah, this should work. Okay. All right. So this is an actual listing photo, I believe, if I remember correctly. So what I do is, and this could be one of yours, or it could just be something you find on Zillow. All right. It doesn't matter, because what we're going to do is we're going to use it as a reference photo. And what I do is I throw it into ChatGPT and I say, let me scroll up a little bit. So this image is a listing from another agent. So we need it to look different so that my client does not get it up, but keep photorealistic. Let's make it a little more expensive. And so what we do is we want to just change the image. So change the landscaping, change the brick style, change the color, just change it, but leave it kind of, sort of similar. So notice they put a fountain in the middle, right? They changed the bricks, they changed the garage, and this one too. This one was not, it's definitely different, but I would do more different before I used it. Does that make sense what I'm saying here? Because what we want is the home to be recognizable for the area. All right. So when this is an actual home, and this is my version. All right. Different windows, different stone. I would change the window more. Like I might do more. In fact, I think I did. Oh yeah, I did. Here we go. So I even changed it more on this one. Got rid of the tree. I put a balcony on the top. I got rid of the window here. So very different from the first one. So this is like a composite. So that's what I mean when I say it's like a composite image so that people, because I don't want to using, what do you call it? Stock images is flat, right? Stock images, when you see a website and it's got the stock images of happy, smiley people, there's no energy. I know they're smiling. They look clean. They look great, right? Beautiful people, but it's just very flat. And so I don't want to use a stock image, but I also don't want to use an image necessarily of a specific home. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense, if you get what I'm saying here. Yeah? Are we good on that? And again, just ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever AI program that you want to use, you're more than welcome to use it. They should be totally fine. So I'm going to click upload images. This also is a composite image from another home. So yeah, go ahead and type in if you get what I'm saying here on that. If you want, but like I said, if you want to use one of your old sold images, yeah, do that too as well. That's totally fine. All right. So again, let me know. Are we all following along good? So I upload that image and I'm gonna delete this one. So I don't need that dummy one. And again, save and add seller, save and start marketing. There's no seller, right? Because this is for our B leads, not our A leads. All right. So let's go back to listings and let's take a look at our A presentation will be done by now. All right. So 5789 Whitney Circle. That's one we literally added like what, 5-10 minutes ago. Click on the address. And we got the flip book. And so there's the home prepared for Michelle Strong at 5789 Whitney Circle, Folsom, California. I got my intro, which I'll show you where that is in a minute. And also got her home on everything here. Her home, nice home. 5789 Whitney Circle, worldsbestlisting.com. Look at that. That's gorgeous. 5789 Whitney Circle, Folsom, California. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and scan that QR code. So we literally just created this, right? Just a few minutes ago. And let's see if it works. Boom. That's beautiful. Look at that. Right? When the owner scans that QR code or they send a text code and they see their home, you're going to show them something that their previous agent, unless they're using listings to leads, won't even hold a candle to. Won't even hold a candle. And what's just hot is they're looking at on my screen, I'm looking at that little phone and it says 5789 Whitney Circle, Folsom, California. And I'm looking at my phone and it's the same thing. It's holy cow. That is so awesome. Got my coming soon, just listed, open house, active, pending, marketing to just sold. And this, I'll tell you what, not only is all of this stuff very powerful because they see their home, they see the domain, they scan the QR code, it's on their phone. But then when they go through this, all right, now I'm going to show you where the intro is at and where the coming soon is at. I like to have coming soon in there because even if you're not doing actual coming soon marketing, and if you can, you should, 100% you should. But even if you're not allowed to do coming soon marketing as a marketing status, I like to leave it in there because as I'm talking to a homeowner, I will reference the coming soon as when we do the photos, We do some like staging and cosmetic and curb appeal stuff, make sure the lawn looks good, make sure we pick up everything. So coming soon, even if it's not a marketing status for you, I like to leave it in here because it allows me to talk about the work that we're going to do before we list your home for sale. Does that make sense? All right. And then what's so powerful is we're literally walking them mentally through us getting it sold, whether it's a listing presentation, a FISBO, a canceled, an expired, like what we're doing here. So we got coming soon, just listed, open house, and it says during the course of the listing, it may be necessary. All right. So you can talk through that. Active, pending, and marketing to just sold. And we let them know that when an offer is accepted, I'm reading on the left here, when an offer is accepted, there's still a lot of work to do until the deal is closed. We will continue to market your home until the deal is done. And people just, they love it. They absolutely love it. And then they can scan your QR code for the client review website. Let's take a look at that. Scan. And it says scottpierce.amazingclientreviews.com. That's my listings to leads client review website. Absolutely awesome. Beautiful. All my client reviews are right there. And that just helps seal the deal. It's awesome. Here's the PDF. So I can download it as a PDF. And so if I'm going to go door knocking, if I want to mail it, then I can download the PDF. I can print it and then thermal bind, spiral bind, whatever I want to do. Let's go back to our B. So that's the expired that we just added, January 14th. This is for our B leads. Again, click on the address. Here's my flip book, right? So again, this version, it's essentially the same thing, but there's no homeowner's name on the cover. There's no home address on the cover. The image being used is a composite image. So people will recognize this in my area as that looks like a home in our area, but they're not going to know which home because it's not a real home, but they're going to recognize that style as being something of our area. And again, I don't want to be using stock images because it's just flat. It looks like something. What am I from? Am I from New York City? Anybody remember that salsa? What was that salsa commercial? The guy would be like, New York City, right? We want to be local. We want to be familiar with people in our area. And so that's why this image is phenomenal. And it says here the 100-point home marketing plan to get homes sold that other agents couldn't. And very similar otherwise. All right. So they go through all of my branding. Oh my God, this is so funny. A beautiful HO is the best house. So that's why you always look at it. So let's go with that. Oh my God. I got to talk to my team. Can we just add one more character there? Because when I do that, it always comes up like that. And it's so funny. So I'm going to change the domain to your CA home, something like that. And I might do world's best listing. Now that's probably taken, but maybe not. Oh, wow. So your CA home, world's best listing. I'll save it. And then notice it's going to regenerate and it'll fix the domain for me. So we don't want to be sending that. Oh dear. Anyways, I think you all get the idea, right? A beautiful home, Placer and El Dorado counties, coming soon. Boom, bada bing. Robert, can Google reviews be added? Yes, 100%, dude. I'll show that to you in a minute. So let's do a couple of things. Let's look at where does the intro come from? And if you go to listing presentation print, two things I want to point out here. Introduction. So when you get here, it'll probably be in the off. Turn it on, and here you go. So that's just my bio. Now I ran what I recommend that you do is run it through ChatGPT and just say, and it can only be 1,200 characters. It says right there, up to 1,200 characters. In fact, you know what? I'm going to give you my link in a second here. The other thing I want to mention right under introduction is home selling process outline. This is something I would also include with any mailer and or if I'm going to go door knocking. All right. This is editable. It'll be your brand colors, your branding and everything on the bottom. All right. This is another great thing to add to a mailer, a door knocking, if you're going to do that as well. And I believe you can download it as a PDF. Yep. Download, and it will download as a PDF. And so I can include that with all my other stuff. All right. So the intro, the home selling process outline right here under, again, listing presentation print. I'm going to click on my flip book. And why is that? That's weird. Why is that regenerating? Remind me to come back here because I want to give you this link so that you can take a look at my intro and you can get a sense of my intro. Joanne, perfect. Yeah. How do you print? Here we go. Oh, perfect. Okay. Copy URL. And there's a line in here I want to point out to you in the intro. And it says, so the second line right here. Let me make it a little bit bigger so we can all see it. Okay. With my proven 100 plus point home marketing plan, I help homeowners showcase their property. You know what? Okay, I should change mine. So for most people, in fact, you know what? Let me bring up one for you and I'll show it to you. So give me a second. I'm on my other monitor and I'm on ChatGPT. I want to find a bio because I want to show you something. There's a great line and I should add it to mine. I don't know why I don't have it. Here we go. Perfect. Here we go. So this line right here, you should add. I'm going to drop it into the chat. You can copy and paste it if you want. But it says, for homeowners, including those whose homes did not sell the first time, I use my proven 100 plus point home marketing plan. So that speaks to both listing presentations, seller leads, and the listing presentation. And it also speaks to expireds and canceleds. All right. For homeowners, including those whose homes did not sell the first time, I use my proven 100 plus point home marketing plan. So that's a line I would throw into my bio because I think that works beautifully. All right. And yeah, I'll just throw this whole thing in there. Now you can't use this one, that belongs to somebody else. Anyways, all right. So we talked about A leads, we talked about B leads. Let me show you about the coming soon. So if you want to add or take out coming soon out of the presentation, go to settings and right there at the top, I'm allowed to market coming soon listings. So if it's checked, it'll be added. If it's not checked, then it won't be. But like I said, I like to leave it there. Because if you can, even if it's only 24 hours, I would still do coming like a 1-day ad. When Zillow doesn't have it, all the IDXs don't have it. I'm the only one that has it. So they got to go through me. So if I can do a 3-day coming soon, I would, where you're the only one to have it. 'Cause it just looks a lot more, what's the word I want to use? It's just more like like I said, they got to go through you. It's not on Zillow. It's not on Realtor.com. If they want information on a coming soon listing, right, they got to go through you. So it's yeah, I'm just blanking on the word I want to use for that. But anyways, Leah, where did you get that one sheet doc roadmap? That was under listing presentation. All right, listing presentation, and then print. Listing presentation print. We had the introduction, and then right below that is the home selling process outline. All right, you got it? And then I'm going to show you the client reviews next. All right, Leo, you good? And client reviews, far left over here, client reviews. You can add automatically Zillow, Google, testimonial tree. But Leo, how do you say no? Dude, you're killing me, man. I literally just showed it to you. I think hopefully you said yes. Hopefully you meant yes. If not, I'll show it one more time in a minute. All right. But under client reviews, add reviews right there, add reviews. And there's a green button, add review, manually import, request. If I go to import, there's Zillow, there's Google, testimonial tree. All right. What if you have two Google business? I don't know. If you have two Google business profiles, yeah. For Google, it's going to ask you, you're going to have to just connect. You might be able to connect and they come in, and then maybe you can connect to another one and have those come in too. I mean, it says here select profile, so maybe I can select two there. So let's go ahead and try that. And then for Zillow, you're just going to put in whatever email you use for Zillow. And for testimonial tree, you're going to use whatever their token is. You'll get that from them. And yeah, in fact, if you're a team or a broker, right, I can pull in reviews from like multiple people, which is cool. Another great thing is I can turn reviews off. So if I don't want somebody's review, I can just turn it off. And so it won't display. I've got a website that is very customizable. So for example, you saw mine. Yes, Diane, you can totally add reviews from another source. That would have been under add review. All right. So again, add review, manual. And just copy and paste, add whatever information you want. It is added to this automatically. It's already part of this. So under the reviews, right there. But yeah, you can do whatever you want in a sense, because check this out. What I've got here is I added a client review video, PDF guides are part of this, my listings, a few other things are part of it as well. Get a home value. And so if I go to website, you'll see that here's all those things. So I can go, for example, if I want to go to add section, and I can use embed code. I could just whatever, I can upload images, add a video, upload an image. And so for example, that client review video reviews, right? I think that was just the embed code from YouTube. Yeah, looks like it was just embed code from YouTube. Easy peasy. And I can rearrange them. I can flip things around, right? For the header, if I click on edit, change image and video. So I uploaded a video to my header, but I could use a different image, stock images, stock videos from L to L, my videos, my images. All right. Rick, does that make sense? And then I can market it. So I can do ads with it. For example, if you got a custom audience of homeowners and home sellers and home buyers, like your database, this isn't going to be like a big lead generator. But if you wanted to, some of you got a larger budget. If I was on a small, medium budget, I might not run an ad for this. But if I had more of a budget, custom audience, right? Run it to a custom audience of all the people in your database, daily budget of $1, or maybe I do $2 a day. It's going to run for essentially a month, right? It's going to be like, then I could change the video. I could do an image, right? Create ad. There's different really cool things that you can do with this. We got Google ads, social media post, e-flyer to send it to your database. All right. Postcards and door hangers. So it can be added to a postcard campaign. We got print flyers. So for example, if I got an open house, that might be one of the things. Now, this also, my 100-point home marketing plan has a print flyer as well. So these are like really cool things to do at an open house, where we want to have more soft options for people to engage us. And so when we do our open house training, I talk about go to our PDF guides and download a couple. And so, for example, you're going to see here down payment assistance for local home buyers. And there's a QR code somewhere. Ah, there it is, right there. What's the approximate cost to print that book for B? Yeah. So when you go here, you're going to order the setup. So you got to order the setup, and it's unique for each version. I would start with expired. All right, $70, $69.99. So you're going to order the setup, and we're going to set up an expired listing in your account, send it to you. You're going to approve it. When you approve it, we send it to actual design and print. So then our people take that. We use Mailbox Power. So if you got a Mailbox Power account, you could do this yourself. But then we set it up in Mailbox Power. We send you another email to approve. And if everything is good to go, you can then order copies. And I believe they're all the same price. And so, for example, if I want to order 30 copies, it would be $279 for 30. So it's a little bit under, and that includes shipping. So it's a little bit under $10, I believe, per. And I've done the math. It costs about $10 to print it at home. So if you're going to print it with all the color, it's going to cost you about $10. And if you've ever thought about printing 30 of these on a home printer, yeah, that's a whole day. And you're not going to save any money, really. For 10 copies, $109. So it's a little bit, just a touch more than, but again, that includes shipping. So we throw in shipping just as part of this. 40 copies, you're looking at $950, maybe a little bit, whatever, $359 for 40. And I'm telling you, I recommend ordering 20 to 30 a month and getting rid of 20 to 30 a month. All right. Order these and then get going with what I would do is I would get going with expireds. And then for the seller leads, I would just do those for A's only in the beginning. So if you got a hot seller lead, for example, you got somebody, they mentioned that they want to sell sometime in 2026. First of all, at the beginning of this call, I talked about the text, the email, the social media post. And the reason why these are so powerful, and Gwen, I'm telling you, Gwen got a listing from one of our emails, like one of these here. But check this out, because it's got a link to your flip book. So we're going to put, excuse me, we're trying to put this in front of homeowners, right? As often as possible, in as many ways as possible. If I scroll down, right, and all of you have this in your listings to leads account. There's a section here on the dashboard called Database Email Blast. And for example, the pending home sale from a couple of weeks ago, right? Pending home sales highest in 3 years. There's always an email for sellers, always an email for buyers. So for every content piece that comes through, pending home sales, mortgage rate updates. And if I go to the preview, check this out. It's going to have your flip book right there automatically. All right. Now, again, if I've got a super hot seller lead, I could go in and I could create that for them specifically, like we did for the expired, but use status listing presentation. All right. Yeah, let me give you the link. So here's the link for that. All right. Joanne, you got that? Let me know. Laura, open house flyer is not a marketing post theater. Wait, open house flyer is not a marketing post theater. Will it? I don't get it. Laura, I'm sorry. All right, Leo, you got it? All right, awesome, dude. Yeah. Laura, I'm sorry, I don't get the question. If you want to repeat it for me again. Something about open house. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you. In fact, while we're at it, let me just show you. If you go, so that video, remember that video we were looking at in the very beginning? If you go to media library, far left, media library, And then in the search, now literally it's right here, but your account may be different. I don't know. Go to that search bar and type in 100. Open house flyer is not a marketing post that will appear in social media. Are you talking about for the expired? Yeah, if you're talking about expired, yeah, no, nothing goes out anywhere. So for any status, listing presentation, expired or canceled, or even FISBO, unless you send it to somebody, none of that stuff goes out anywhere. So there's no YouTube, there's no blog, there's no social media. There's nothing is going to get sent out for any of those statuses. All right. All right, Leo, dude. Love you, man. Thank you for hanging out with us. So for that video, there's 3 versions. There's a short version, long version, and a version for your short form videos, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. Click on any one of them and you can download it right here. Download. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done. I got this thing like 300 times on my computer. I got to get rid of some of them. So you can download it and upload it to your YouTube channel, put it on your website like you saw those other people do. I would put this video on my website, go to our mastermind group, and you're going to see some examples of what other people did. I think it looks amazing. Let me see. Yeah, Laura, I don't really get the question. Yeah, Laura, it's only a symbol to people who come to the open house. Yeah, Laura, I don't really get the question. I apologize. And if I'm not answering it, maybe get into the mastermind group a little bit later and we can figure it out a little bit more for you. But so here's that video, right? That we were just looking at. And he put it on his YouTube channel, which is awesome. So there's his YouTube channel. Now he's got it unlisted. I don't know why. He should make it listed because I want people to see this video. All right. There's nothing about listings to leads on it, but look how professional that. And so people will play this at an open house. So they will literally play this along with having the printout version. They will play this at this video at the open house. All right. So yeah, that's awesome. And again, let's look at Russ, my 100 plus point home marketing plan, a suite. And he's got the video. Click here to get your customized copy. Yep, just go right to the landing page. Perfect. Yeah, awesome. All right, everybody, listen. Yeah, sorry, it's hard to type. Yeah. So yeah, please either get with support or get into the mastermind group and ask me there when you're in front of a regular thing. Oh, John, that's you, man. Hey, John. All right, John, since you're here. So here, and I was gonna mention this in the mastermind group. The only thing, now and maybe you don't, but from the homepage, how do I access that page from the homepage? Oh, dude. All right. Perfect. Look at that. John, you are a rock star, dude. So check out John, right? So we got his homepage or got his agent website. And if I'm a seller, home value request, 100 point home marketing plan, why use a realtor, interviewing a realtor, pricing your home. There's a lot of really good stuff here. But I'm telling you, that's going to be one thing that people are going to really be like curious about. They're going to be like, wow, okay, what's that all about? They land here. All right. And this is an edited version of what I provided everybody. All right. So he's got great language here. He's got the video. Click here to request. All right. And that's going to the landing page so they can fill that out. Click that. And then preferred texting, just go ahead and text 100 plan. Boom. Yeah, this is awesome. That's great. Nice job, dude. Nice job. That looks great. Because I think I saw in a few other people, they had it as a custom page, but then they had no navigation to it off the homepage. But how John just did it, how you saw John do it is absolutely brilliant. The mastermind group, here's how you get to the mastermind group. Go to marketing calendar. If you're watching this on the recording and you're still with me, go to resources And you can watch all of our YouTube videos right here where it says YouTube and Facebook Mastermind. So you can join our Facebook Mastermind or access it right there. All right. We good? Tara, one more time. Where was that video? It's under Media Library. And when you get there, just search 100. Now, they're all right here for me, but I know sometimes things get moved around in different accounts. So if you just type in 100 and hit the search, you're going to find it. All right. And there's short, long, and then TikTok, YouTube. And I would definitely download this version as well. And I would upload that to TikTok and pin it. I would upload it to YouTube and pin it. I would upload it to Instagram and pin it. All right. And that's one thing. And I might repost as a story every 30 days. Awesome. Same place for me. Oh, perfect. Good. All right. Awesome. Debbie, thank you so much for that. Where can you access this later? On our YouTube channel. So when you go to our YouTube, so again, if I go to close, marketing calendar, resources, and just click right there and go, there'll be a tab called live, and you'll be able to find, we're probably in one of these right now, streamed 23 hours watching right there. Yeah, I think we're on that one right there. Yeah, expired. All right. We got some people on YouTube watching us. Nice. All right. Anything else? All right, people, get to work. I'm telling you right now, get into our school. If you've requested access, I'll add you here in a few minutes after I get off the call. Join us on our Zooms. Join us on our Zooms. This is the most powerful way to get listings fast. Start doing open houses. All right. You want to make sure that you're doing open houses again on our YouTube channel. And in fact, I think yesterday was a great call for open houses right here. All right. So we got our open house webinar that we did yesterday. If you do expireds and open houses, and then you use the emails and the text messages and the social media posts that we come out with every week or two, and you do normal follow-up, that way that'll hit your seller leads, expireds, seller leads, and open houses. That's what Gwen did. 3 listings and 2 buyers in 1 month. That's what John did. $2.2 million listed, all right, for January, doing those 3 things. All right. Those 3 things from listings to leads, you will have either your best year or one of your best years ever. So with that, everybody get to work, have fun. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you soon.